Kevin Hensley from Yellow House Cheese is here. It is so good to have you here today.
Thank you.
And I'm glad we have you first because this is very exciting stuff here. We're talking about a fall cheese spread. So this time of year, we should kind of change up possibly what we're using on our spreads when we present them.
Right. So, Ohio is a great place to grow. There's a ton of local food available, great things to match with different cheeses. I put together a spread here just showcasing a few fall things that we have. Some apples here. We have a great number of orchards in Northeast Ohio. We have some cured meats from Sausason down the road.
Who we know and love and been on our show several times.
Right. Some nuts, some local honey here, some crackers by Lake Cracker here in Cleveland Heights.
So you're all about local, but I think what's really neat too is that you, your wife, and your kids have created this farm yourselves. I mean, you started from scratch down in Seville.
We did. We kind of were looking for some sort of agricultural-based business, something we could do on a small acreage on our farm, and it kind of just has rolled along for the last 6 years into Yellow House Cheese, and we produce a variety of raw sheep milk cheeses. We do retail cuts of lamb, pork, and chicken as well.
Wow, so you do it all. So you have done the cheese that we see today.
Right.
What do we have here? Can I start with this one?
That's similar to like a brie or a camembert. It's a white molded cheese called Kendall that we make. We have a blue cheese here in the center. This is kind of our where we started out making a blue cheese. It's won 2 American Cheese Society awards. We're pretty proud of that.
Blue cheese is my favorite. Can I cut a little sliver?
Yeah, go for it.
So what do you think makes your blue cheese kind of stand out or a little bit different than
So we do
the
kind of
rest?
that old world style blue cheese. It's a little bit more dry and sharp, and it's not so tangy and soft.
That's heaven to me.
Thank you.
It is softer. I would say to try that one, excuse me, if you are not someone who is real big on blue cheese, because I don't think it's as potent as others would be.
No, we get a lot of that feedback too. When people try, they say, I don't like blue cheese. They try a bit of this, like, oh, this isn't so.
It's the gateway.
It doesn't punch you in the mouth.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. What's in the front?
So it's our version of a feta. We don't float it in brine, but we have a different process for making it. I think it has a little bit better flavor. It's kind of salty.
Oh, that's good.
But most of these things, you want to offset these flavors with something sweet. So that's why we have the apples, the honey, the grapes, all on the board as well.
Oh, is that delicious? Now, what about over here? Is this the same or is this different?
That's actually, that's another cheese that we make called Farmer's Daughter. And it's like a softer, it's still white molded, but it's actually, we wash the rind in a hard cider or beer as it ages, which gives it kind of like an orange, there's a different bacteria that will grow on it, and it'll flavor the cheese and make it soft. And then we have some white mold growing on it as well that helps soften it up too.
What's the cheese process like when you're making it? Was one of these easier or harder to do than the rest? What's the hardest one?
Making just the wheel of cheese they're very similar that way, but it's kind of what you do with it after the fact that makes the cheese what it is. Like the blue cheese gets poked and aged in a cave, and the blue mold grows all through it, and that's kind of what gives it that flavor. So like you can see there's a line in this cheese right here where we ran a stainless skewer through it to allow oxygen into it for the blue mold to grow.
So you have your own little cave there too?
Yeah, our farm used to have it was an apple orchard, and it had a root cellar underneath our cheese. Well, now it's our cheese creamery. But yeah, that's where we age all of our cheeses. And they'll sit down there anywhere from 2 to 6, 7, 8, 10 months.
Wow. Now, and you brought some wine with you too, because of course, wine goes with great cheese.
Right. So we have some really great orchards and wineries around in our area. We have some from Bent Ladder here and New Frontier Cider Company as well. Very neat.
And so you do this. Is this technically a part-time thing since you are a full-time teacher too?
Right, I teach, and then I have kind of two full-time jobs. I go from the farm to school and back to the farm, but that's what I enjoy doing.
Do you want to tell everybody back at the school? I know they're all probably in school, but hey, their parents might be home watching.
Hey, so everybody at Claggett Middle School.
They might DVR and see it later. You never know.
Hopefully.
What grade do you teach?
I teach 6th grade science.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's really impressive. I mean, to be able to do all this. So go check them out in Seville. Yellow House Cheese.
Yep.
Got to get that name right too. Where are you in Seville?
We have two locations in Seville, and if you want to come out, we run a couple of open houses throughout the year. Check out our Facebook and Instagram and Twitter social media to follow up on those.
The cheese is delicious too. It's a great way to go. Maybe do a little day trip down there. Thank you so much. Always good to have you here.